Good evening, everybody. I call to order the August 12th Brunswick Hills Township Business Meeting. It has been properly advertised. Can we all stand, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if we can all remain standing, please, a moment of silence for our troops and our first responders. Thank you, everyone. We have can everyone hear me correctly? Yeah, yes. Good. All right. We have a public presentation tonight. I'd like to introduce Shannon Ryan from the Medina County Transit System to talk to us a little bit more about some of the additional routes that are being offered to folks here in the township. Shannon?
Let me just say thank you for the invitation and the opportunity to speak this evening. I'm going to talk about Medina County Public Transit. I do have an easel presentation out front to show you that we do cover the entire county of Medina, 422 roughly square miles. My presentation, the specific, is going to be about the Brunswick area this evening and giving an idea, but we do run countywide service. The service runs, and you'll hear a little bit more about in the presentation, mainly Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. with some minimal Saturday service. But I'll jump into the presentation. But again, in the easel, it shows the entire county and 3 cities identified as Medina City, Wadsworth, and then, of course, Brunswick. So going to the slides, you'll see, I don't know if you've seen any of our vehicles out there with our logo on it. Microtransit MC Flex is the presentation this evening, and that's a concept in public transit to provide a flexible service, ergo the MC Flex. Medina has this service for all 3 cities. Brunswick is what I'm going to be focusing on this evening, but some of the presentation will reference the entire county. So again, one of our vehicles there, good questions were asked earlier as I entered this evening. Our vehicles are all wheelchair ADA accessible, about 8 to 12 passengers, depending on that particular size of that vehicle, along with mobility devices can be transported on the vehicle. Many of our vehicles are very new. We buy those vehicles through state contract and keep them well maintained and cleaned that way. And again, if there are any questions, feel free to stop me. Don't have a long presentation, but might prompt some questions as I go through. So I'm just going to read our mission. It is our mission to provide safe, reliable, and quality public transportation services to all residents of Medina County. Now, we do this with about 48 employees. 34 of those are drivers. The rest is my team inside to make sure that we schedule clients. We make sure all the administrative things are done. And because we're FTA and ODOT grant funded, we must do a lot of compliance reporting and auditing. So it takes a lot to make sure that all the vehicles are fueled, maintained. But you'll see the places we go, work, people going to restaurants, and I'll kind of break down, medical facilities, of course. About a third, what we've realized is about a third of our service is folks going to medical appointments. About a third of our service are people going shopping. But about a third, a little less than a third, are people going to work, which we've worked to become part of the economic engine of the area. So a lot of people depend on us to get to and from work. I think there's an opportunity for us to help people that may have one car, and I'll talk a little bit about that going through the presentation here. This is a large grid, and I'll mention that back in 2023, we, like many, went to a consultant team and said we need a strategic plan, a 5-year strategic plan. This is some of the data that came out of that, and I wanted to share that because the county is very widespread, but there's some very tight areas there, and you'll see there within the cities. We did an analysis of existing transit services, common pickup locations, there go the blue dots, and common locations with fixed routes, because at one time, seems like not that long ago, but it has been, we ran a traditional city bus schedule where you had to have a schedule, you had to stand on a street corner, and you had to wait for the bus. And if you missed the bus, that happens, of course, because of time. Or you might have to ride what we call the traditional loop. We found this to be not as advantageous for us to be flexible, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But that's what the analysis kind of our existing service yielded, okay? So we went through, and I worked very hard with our team to define what microtrans and MC Flex could do. And what we've realized over the last couple of years is we've realized a 12% increase in ridership. Now, this is overall county, and Brunswick felt a lot of the positive impacts from this. 30% improvement in service capacity, which is that's a big jump, and how many folks we have the capacity to transport. 15% in reduction in vehicle miles. That means we're running only revenue miles. So if a vehicle didn't move unless somebody was on it going to a destination, so we reduced that way down. 10% less passenger travel time, big win for our customers. And this is where we realize some of our savings, 11% reduction in vehicle fuel usage. So we're making the vehicles last longer, the passengers get where they're going quicker, increase in ridership. So this all has worked and I'm excited to share that with you this evening. Some folks have said that this is, I'll quote a mayor in another city, was a game changer. So Wadsworth Flex, this is where we started, and I'll go through this quickly. This is where we started our pilot, and you can see the map there. It's a little funnily drawn there, but it's basically there to show that we could be flexible within that area. And that became our new traditional, instead of the loop, that became an area covered by 2 different buses that covered that, and it covers it today, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we went to Medina, and we did Medina. It's larger, it's a little bit more square, and that's Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. But I show this to show all those common, and this is the one we want to talk about this evening. So we drew this map purposely to cover a lot of the county, a lot of the Brunswick area rather, to make sure 3 buses run that area, and 6 to 6, and we have been able to pick up a lot more people that normally wouldn't even have known about our transit service. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how you actually ride. I've got some brochures, but the easiest way for me to explain this to you, it's Uber-like. In other words, you're going to call, and it's a shared ride Uber. So in other words, instead of a bus you would have to wait on a corner for a city bus schedule, you're going to make a phone call 7 days in advance for this. And you're going to say, I want to go from my home to this destination, and our team got a great dedicated reservations team that will schedule you at a time to pick you up, get you to your destination. They're going to schedule your return trip right on that phone call, and you'll basically wait it in front of your home or in your home, because you're going to know that bus is coming within a window time, take you there and bring you back. This is very convenient. It's been more flexible. It gets you right to your destination, where sometimes a bus would drop you off a couple of blocks away from where you're going. This takes you right to that door. So this has been, microtransit has become, we did this 3 years ago. There's a lot of areas around here that are doing this now. We started a couple years ago, and it's really worked out well. So you'll see some hot spots there, of course, along the main corridor there. And I'll just kind of share a quick, digress a little bit. We had some buses that were running on roads where mainly people weren't getting picked up. So what you find is we're not going there anymore. So we can make better use of that time, better use of that resource, and get people to their destinations a lot quicker, ergo a lot of the benefits we had. And this is done by a phone call. You're going to realize that, you want to travel anywhere within that MC Flex area there. You can make that phone call. The reservationists will know. We've got a great team and great software, great drivers, people that are really dedicated, well-trained to get you where you're going. And, it's really worked out for a lot of main people. On average, we're doing 300 to 400 trips a day. It equates to about 70,000 trips a year, with 23 revenue vehicles, which sounds like a lot of vehicles, but it's not. We really cover the 422 square miles running demand routes, which is countywide, like I said, but I'm speaking this evening about the MC Flex here in Brunswick. So how to ride?
I have a question.
Absolutely.
You keep mentioning Brunswick. Are you going to be able to cover Brunswick Hills?
The area that we cover can be changed, and I was looking at that today. It's a very good question. Our map covers a lot of the Brunswick area. We can look at that. We can change that map, and that's probably the most beneficial for me to learn what other areas have been defined. So yes, we can do that. I think we have to be strategic and we do that and make sure we have the right amount of buses and the right amount of drivers. But what's the demand in Brunswick Hills is what we need to define. And that's what we're going to work through. So great question. It would probably be something I mentioned if you didn't ask it, because what's the opportunity to provide more service to Brunswick Hills? Good question. You're on the same, you could come up here with me. So, how to ride MC Flex, Wadsworth, Medina City. You're going to call up to 7 days in advance, minimum 2 hours. So, we didn't want to say you had to call the day before, which is traditionally what we've had. I wanted to make it so somebody could call up to 2 hours in advance. And the drivers have onboard tablets on the buses, so they're getting their information. Everything trips is booked on availability. So it's going to figure out, and our team's going to figure out with the help of the software, how to build the most advantageous schedule so we're picking up the most people. 2 to 3 people going the same direction, 2 to 3, 4 people going back the same direction. So you want a shared ride service. It helps. That's part of what public transit is to provide a shared ride service that is cost effective. It's seamless, it's easy. This is very simple for most people. The fares are $1.50 one way, which means if you're going to get picked up and $1.50 going back, qualifying reduced. If you call the number there, and I'll have brochures posted up here, and there's the phone number, you can definitely find out what the best way for you to ride. All day pass is $4. I also implemented a monthly pass, which means for 30 days from the time you punch it, you can book, you can schedule unlimited during that time. $46 for not reduced, but reduced, it'd be half that much, $23. So we really wanted to put something out there, and it's really worked the last couple of years, and we're continuing to learn. I really appreciate your comment. So we want to make sure that we listen. I'm very happy to share this information with the council this evening.
That's great. While age is not indicative of needing assistance, I think a closer look here in the township would do wonders. I believe roughly 15 to 16% of our population here in the township over 65 years old.
Okay.
So I think you'll find that expanding the services here would be very, very useful to the residents and obviously help you as well.
Yeah, the strategic part about it is, and I say this humbly, we cover a lot of areas. There are limits to our resources. Mm-hmm. I just want to be completely transparent. But we can look at what the demand is. And that's what we've gotten better at it. Because people call, and we're building our databases, right? We're building so the demand is there. It was difficult to know what was out there till we had everybody calling. And now our databases are filling up with a lot more data where we can figure out what the need is, what time. Sometimes it doesn't meet the need. Sometimes we get clients that customers are calling to become a client with all their information because the reservation is going to ask your name, if you have any special needs, mobility devices, so forth, and your address and that. And then that kind of dictates what service we can provide based on availability. I think the Medina County whole area could use more transit. The capacity increase because of MC Flex has helped because we're able to do more on a central location, and then our buses that have to go countywide, because if you're traveling outside of those areas, that's a completely different service, more fare, takes a lot more planning, and it's not as readily available as those MC Flex schedules. But yeah, we'll definitely take a look at it. I'm looking forward to partnering if any way we can get that data.
Do you have a rough number set already for how many pickups that you do in Brunswick as a whole right now?
I can tell you that it's, when we first started this, and I look at, I'm a numbers person, I could just go all night, but when you start talking about, 700 to 800 trips a month mm-hmm. in Brunswick here, not Brunswick Hills, but Brunswick, the whole area, to 1,500, 1,600.
Yeah.
So Well, that doesn't sound like a lot. All those trips equate to people that are traveling to medical appointments and that sort of thing. With 3 buses that run all day long, 6 to 6. So what's the opportunity after that time? But yeah, it's basically doubled, and we've seen more because, quite frankly, it's not going to the same 8 places on that route. It's taking people into Marks. It's taking people into Meyer. We partnered with Meyer to get, to make sure we can get people there. So a lot of grocery store runs there on the main corridor, but obviously people need to get all over the area. And I think the flexibility allow us to put more people on the bus, not 1s and 2s, but 3s and 4s and 5s going the same direction. So
Excellent.
any questions other than that?
Do you have a link or something on your website that we could post or share with the community on our social media pages?
We could. I will tell you the best way, in my humble opinion, is to make a phone call. Yes, the website is available. I would say that we've had some luck in people going and looking at the website because of the complexity and what they need. It depends on what they need.
Right, I guess for us to post to
Sure.
get in contact,
Sure.
phone numbers
And everything is all on the brochure here.
Okay.
And I'll make sure the brochures are out and we can share this. Absolutely. I want to build everybody's expectations that it's based on availability. It really, really is. I think if somebody asked me how many buses, somebody asked me how many buses would you want running in the cities? And I said probably twice as many. But it's different times of the day, different times of the month. It's just very different. Sometimes the buses are very busy and sometimes they're not. But our drivers, obviously keep busy. But yes, we can share the information and educate and offer that.
Okay, great.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
Shannon,
that.
thank you for coming out. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
you can just, shut the laptop and take your.
I'll take care of it. I'll let you do that. Get my flash drive back. Forget it. Thank you for your help.
Just shut it down from back door.
All right. While you guys are working on that, we're going to move forward a little bit here. Approval of minutes. We had 2 meetings that we are not quite finished with it yet, so we're going to skip by approval of these last 2 meetings. Moving on to department reports. Daryl?
Nothing.
You have nothing? Okay. Tim, with police?
I just have one request for the board. This is a training request for Phil Bungo. I sent it out today. Apologize, I was on vacation last week, so I didn't get it out. This is for Phil Bungo. He's already been approved to attend the FBINA Great Lakes Leadership Training that they have every fall or early fall in September. This training is sponsored by the Ohio chapter, FBI National Academy. So Phil's already did the prerequisites to get approved for this. The training will cost $450. The training will be September 21st to 26th in Niagara Falls. Again, this is, you have to submit for this to be selected. It's a kind of limited space. They have it yearly. It's for supervisors, sergeant, lieutenant, and above. And the hotel will be put on credit card.
Okay. Okay. I move to approve the FBI leadership training for Phil Bungo at the rate of $450.
I will second.
Okay. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you. Quick update on our Exxon stuff. All the body cameras are up and running. All the fleet vehicles have been installed. Currently all on evidence.com. We just had yesterday our taser instructor training that has been completed. As soon as we get some more equipment on those tasers in, they'll be transitioning all the officers to the new equipment. And last thing will be the interview room. We just received the equipment. We'll just have that some little downtime to get that installed. So
Okay.
everything's good to go on that.
Great. Chief, was there any further discussion? Do we need to bring up the sidearms?
No.
Okay. We're going to hold off on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you. Fire's up, please.
Good evening. I'll start with the monthly report for July. It was a busy month. We had 124 runs total, 72 EMS, 52 fire-related. That brings our, well, on the first, it was year-to-date total of 836. We generated $18,304.39 in EMS revenues, and that brings our year-to-date total to $136,025.11. We gave mutual aid 17 times, received mutual aid 6 times. Just some highlight incidents. We actually had and responded to numerous severe accidents and fires over the month of July. First, we had an MVA at the rest area on 71. On the 12th, we responded to a structure fire in Brunswick. On the 13th, an MVA at Laurel and West 130th. On the 14th, a structure fire in Strongsville. On the 18th, we were actually responding to a car fire that ended up being in Strongsville. We ended up getting diverted in the backup that was on the freeway. A guy on a motorcycle was rear-ended by a pickup truck. So we ended up diverting to that obvious, more serious call. On the 24th, we assisted the Summit County Bomb Squad who came into the township to remove some fireworks making materials from a house. We provided mutual aid on the 26th to Medina for a large mulch fire with Tanker 22. They were there just over 7 hours on that fire. On the 28th, we responded to a mutual aid apartment fire in Brunswick. And again, on the 29th, another structure fire, a house fire in Brunswick. So a lot of critical incidents that happened during the month of July. While they were in between doing all those critical runs, the guys also completed 191.25 hours of training. That included our new air track, which is an innovation device that we purchased for each squad. They received training actually from the manufacturer's rep on that. They did ground ladder training. We completed SCBA fit testing. Every year, all our members have to be fit tested to ensure their masks are the correct size and have no defects in them. They completed the monthly scavenger hunt and what's called a rural hitch, which is a water supply operation for long driveways. So it was a busy month. The guys did a great job getting a lot of stuff done and responding to a number of incidents. Any questions on that part? First 2 requests were actually already verbally approved, but I'll go with them so that the board can approve them in the meeting. First was to have Nick DeSalvo attend Fire and Emergency Services Instructor Level 1 and 2, which is a hybrid course through Cuyahoga Community College. The fee for that course is $600 to be paid from our training BC.
I will move to approve.
Okay. I will second.
Yes. I vote yes.
Yes.
The next, we actually received verbal approval for repairs to car 29. So this actually, we had just before getting our third vehicle outfitted, we had some rattling in the front end of car 29, and repairs to that vehicle were estimated at $1,675. Actually, since this approval, Corey and I talked about it. He may be able to complete those repairs in-house at the service department. So I may pick up the cost of the parts, and he'll do the labor because that's the vehicle that's going to the service department. So
Okay.
we're working together on that. But just in case, if you can approve an expenditure up to $1,675, but
Yeah.
it won't exceed.
I'll move to approve that expense to fix the vehicle number 29, not to exceed $1,675, and thank the service department for working with the fire department to get that fixed a little bit more cost effectively.
I will second.
Okay. Tricka?
Yes.
Yes. Ryan? Yes.
Next is actual request that needs approval tonight, is to close PO number 38 to Fallsway Equipment and request a new PO to WW Williams in the amount of $10,000 for repairs and maintenance to vehicles. Just a little background for the community. Fallsway Equipment for numerous years has done our annual preventive maintenance, pump testing, and repairs. several of us, fire chiefs in Medina County, got together. We approached W.W. Williams, who about 10 or 11 years ago got out of the fire apparatus repair and maintenance business. They are getting back into it. We met with them and negotiated special pricing for Medina County for the next year to run from August of this year until August of next year. There's a significant savings to that, and basically it's going to be the time that they're going to have to prove themselves that they're worthy of all of the departments joining together to bring business to them. So that's why the substantial amount, and that's to take care of our PMs, pump testing, and ladder testing.
Okay. I'll move to approve the closing of PO 38 and move it from Fallsway to W.W. Williams, again, in the amount of $10,000.
I will second.
Trika?
Yes.
Ryan, yes.
And then just one more thing to share. Today, I submitted a grant in the amount of $1,000 for the Otarma Moore grant, and that's to offset the costs of the fire helmets that we just ordered for safety equipment. So that $1,000 pays for 2 fire helmets out of the 6 that we ordered. So
Great.
we'll take that.
Thank
Great, yeah. Anything we can get? No, I said anything we can get. Chief, real quick, too, you may be aware, we received a letter from the State Fire Marshal's office. And it says just a couple of highlights here. It says the Ohio Fire Code is the minimum state standard for the entire state. It's the duty of the local fire chief to enforce this minimum standard in his or her jurisdiction. Fire chief in the community which he serves can adopt more stringent requirements, but cannot allow less stringent enforcement than the Ohio Fire Code. The State Fire Marshal's Office is here to support all local authority having jurisdiction, local fire departments in the education, enforcement, and investigations of the Ohio Revised Code and the Ohio Fire Code. I'm proud to inform you that this office has maintained a great relationship with the Brunswick Hills Fire Department. The department does a great job enforcing the Ohio Fire Code, educating the citizens and businesses of Brunswick Hills Township. The Ohio Fire Code must be enforced firmly, fairly, and consistently by all local authorities having jurisdiction across the state. Chief Strazzo does a wonderful job with his township, and the State Fire Marshal's Office supports him 100%. It's a great reflection on the fire department, leadership, and, of course, the men that serve Brunswick Hills Township.
Yeah,
So-
I think it's a great reflection of our fire prevention bureau and what we started with to where it is now.
Excellent.
Yep, yes, great job.
Yeah, great job,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on. Corey, with our service department, could not be here, so we'll read off a couple items from the service department. Department hours worked, roads 682, cemetery 31, the general was 50.5 hours, fire 18, police 24, for a grand total of 805 and a half hours. Part-time hours were 41 and a half. Work completed includes sign surveys completed, cold patch township roads, check ditches before, during, and after the storms, mowed all township properties, 2 culvert replacements on Foskett and Kingsbury, ditched areas on Foskett and Kingsbury, 36 catch basins repaired by 880 Construction, cut trees on Cabernet, Brambleside, Puritan, and Stony Brook Oval, started second round of roadside mowing, spray and trim all guardrails, and attended a safety meeting council. On a personal note, because we know Corey is watching right now, we'd like to congratulate him and his wife. They just had a baby. And Lainey, Jean is her name. She joined us last Wednesday. And everybody in the family is doing great. So congratulations to Corey and his wife and their child. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Trustee reports. Trika, do you have anything that you'd like to share?
No, I don't.
Okay. For me, there's a couple things to go over here. Let me grab some of my notes. We are on the cusp of having to do some major updates to the computers here in the township. and I do have some quotes regarding some of the Windows upgrades that we'll have to be going through. First one for the township in total is we're looking at 2 computers total that need to be 100% replaced. Their processor set will not handle the load of Windows 11. One of these is in our office here. The other is Corey's workbook. Price quotes came in at $1,149 for the replacement computer, a monitor of $229, and then configuration and setup in the amount of $300. Laptop for the service department came in at $2,900 with a setup fee of $150. And then we have within the township itself 6 computers that will do the Windows upgrade at $75 a piece. So if I'm looking at
So
let me give you a total too while you ask a question.
what's the computer in the office? Because both of those are pretty new.
So it was, so computer number 3 was ruled out. That was the computer in the back of the office. And then it's either going to be, no, you're right, actually, because
Yeah, they're
Julie
both
just,
new.
Julie just got a new computer and Christina's was,
That's
that's
even
literally
newer.
brand new. Okay, so
So scratch
I'll
that one.
talk with Lighthouse about that. So we can scratch out the $1,149 and a $229 fee for a monitor. Corey is in desperate need of a new laptop. We've known that for a while now. Again, that came in at $2,900, and then 6 other computers within the township, not police department related, are going to need the Windows 11 upgrade at $75 a piece.
And so, okay, so the new computer for
Mm-hmm.
Corey, that includes the update to Windows?
That is included. It will have a $150 setup and migration fee added to it, but it will come loaded with that software ready to go.
I still think that should be part of the contract that we pay them for.
I also think that as well. So that's something that we will have to look into. But, you know, for the time being, I'd like to at least get the Windows 11 updates approved, the 6 at $75.
Is this,
We can start there.
is this zoning computers?
That is including the zoning computer as well.
So 2 for zoning?
Mm-hmm.
And then do they say where the other 4 are?
It says, let's see here, capable. It doesn't. I'm looking at serial codes. The fiscal laptop was taken out, and yeah, it just has a total here. I'm sorry to say.
So 6 of them at $75 each for the upgrade?
Yes, that's
And that's
correct.
for a 1-year upgrade?
That's for a 1-year upgrade.
I know the police have 10 that they need.
That's
Okay.
that's next up.
Okay,
There's
so we'll do this first. So this
Yeah.
is to upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, so it's a 1-year upgrade, and then what happens after the 1 year?
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. So I guess what I'm proposing is the approval of the laptop for Corey at $2,900, the 6 computers to be upgraded to Windows 11. So we're looking at $3,350 total to get that done.
Okay, that's your motion?
Yeah, I move to approve those expenses to update township computers to Windows 11 and provide the service department with a new laptop.
All right, so if they're updating to Windows 11, that should just be a one-time fee?
One time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I will second that
Okay.
motion.
Okay, Trika?
Yes.
Ryan? Yes. Now, regarding the police department has quite a few computers that will need a 1-year carryover. They were able to do a Microsoft extension, a different type of license that comes in a little bit less for the police department. So the 10 are coming in at $61 to upgrade, and that will get you through the end of next year, Chief.
Is that just on the fleet computers or the 8 station?
So this is just the start of the desktops and whatever laptops are in the cruisers. So we've got 10 that we're doing at $61, and then you have 6 compatible that will take a Windows 11 upgrade right now, and those are $75 a piece.
So what about the other 2? Those are compatible, you're saying?
Let's see here. It's all in test ESU. Yeah, those are not compatible. So in terms of the police department, we're looking at to get you through the end of next year with the updates as needed. $1,810 is the total.
At one time, Chief, I know you said there might be a 3-year upgrade, 3-year extension. And I don't know if that's still valid.
That was through another company that
Oh.
gave the board quotes on it a year ago.
Okay. Because it looks like if we do the 1-year upgrade, in next year we'd have to buy 10 new computers.
Well,
That's
looks
what
like 16 computers. If they're saying 2 are compliant,
yeah. I have the full list here
I
of.
thought you said 6 were compatible.
There are
That's-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these are the 11 that they're saying are not compatible right now. But for whatever reason, the software update will get them through the end of next year. So if you look at the PD is on the bottom of that,
Yeah.
and then on the back side.
So 10 are not compatible. It looks like 10 are compatible.
Yeah, I mean, to be clear, this is just a Band-Aid for right now.
Yeah, because it looks like the 10 of them only have a 1-year license. Which seems like what would happen is the end of next year, they'd have to get all new computers if it's only for 1 year.
Right.
yeah, I can't afford that, but
Right.
10 fleet Panasonics, they're like almost $4,000 a computer. And I know I just got, in the past couple of years, like replaced 4 of them, upgraded through Lighthouse, so.
Did you receive, did he get a copy of this?
I don't know if Tim got a copy of that. Did Lighthouse copy you on any of these correspondences, Chief?
No, they never do.
Okay. If you can send this, we don't have to make a decision tonight.
No, not tonight. But it's just putting it out there that that's the needs of the police department right now.
I think the compatible ones we could probably upgrade. Maybe. I mean, we're going to have to upgrade eventually, but I don't
Yeah.
know if we want to upgrade a portion of them.
Yeah.
The big one's my fleet, the Panasonic computers, those ones that are the tough books and all the 10 vehicles, those are mandatory. That's what's running all my Exxon camera equipment.
Okay.
That's what's running our dispatch communications with.
Yeah, it doesn't say what, it doesn't say what's what.
Chief, would it be helpful if we set a meeting with Lighthouse to come out at the station?
Would be.
And set everything through?
Start, I know
So-
what computers I have, what's new, and I don't know what they're quoting there as far as what's not.
Yeah, I'd like for them to, walk us around and point out everything and have a little bit better idea of what's going to be needed. And if it is a quick Band-Aid for now, how long is that going to last?
It looks like a year, and that's not going to work.
No.
And then find out for that one computer, they're saying for the office.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, at least we have some rough ideas of numbers that are out there for now.
Trustee Nixon, do
Yes, sir.
you have any talk about the fire department ones? I know they sent me a list of them, and I don't have that with me, so.
This did not include anything regarding the fire department.
Because I know we're not as dire need, but there are some updates that are needed.
Can you
Yeah.
send me what you have? And can I get
Yeah.
a copy of that? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll forward it to you. So, okay. All right. Let's see here. Fiscal officer report, please.
Okay, so we had non-payroll related payments totaling $6,985.16. Obviously, with the meeting last week, that's much lower than normal. And we had payroll related payments totaling $73,620.09.
This is the payroll we didn't approve last week? Because we approved one last week.
Yeah, that was the,
And I didn't get a payroll listing this week.
And that must, I'm sorry, I wasn't at last week's meeting, so that
Sure,
must have been
sure.
approved last week, so.
yeah, that payroll was already, yeah, that was handled.
Okay,
Yeah,
So
good there.
we're just looking at the warrant list, basically.
yes, yep. The 6,985.16.
Okay.
And that's dated today?
That's correct.
8/12, okay.
Okay.
Okay, then I will go ahead and approve the warrant listing dated August 12, 2025, in the amount of $6,985.16.
Okay. I will second.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and then police has requested to close 5 BCs and open 6 new ones and 2 POs, and I'll go through those real quick.
Okay.
BC for training in the amount of $5,000. BC for repair and maintenance general in the amount of $4,000. BC repair and maintenance facility in the amount of $750. BC operating supplies in the amount of $3,500. BC other supplies and materials for SWAT, $3,500. BC small tools in the amount of $3,000. PO for Verizon Wireless for air cards in the amount of $1,300. And then PO for Mr. Tire for vehicle repairs in the amount of $3,000.
Okay. Do you have a total on those, Bob? Or do you just want to approve them
Yeah,
as?
we can just approve them as read.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
They're blanket certificates, so they're not POs.
Oh, okay.
So the blanket certificates go there. We haven't spent the money yet for
Okay.
anything.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Trigga, are you gonna, is there anything else we need to do with this? No? Okay. Bob, anything else for us?
That's it?
Okay, excellent.
Oh, we need to approve it.
Oh,
Because we have to open the new ones.
okay. Move to change the 5 BCs and open 6 new in the amounts as previously read.
I second, and I vote yes.
And yes.
Okay.
All right.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. And moving on. Any old business that we need to cover? New business, Trigga.
Yes.
Okay.
New business, I have a resignation letter here from a member of our Board of Zoning Appeals, Cliff Kirsten. His resignation will be effective August 12th. Well, I'll read this. Effective August 12th, 2025, I am resigning my position with the Board of Zoning Appeals. I am resigning due to medical reasons, and I am also relocating out of Brunswick Hills. And I want to thank Cliff for his 16-plus years of service to the township. And I really appreciate his service through the years. So I will go ahead and move to accept Cliff Kirsten's resignation effective August 12th, 2025.
And I will second that.
And I'll add, I thank him for his years of service. Okay, and then I vote yes.
Yes. Okay. Anything else from you, Trika?
No.
Okay. I have a similar item to add. The board received a letter from Mr. Ed Kelly, who serves on our zoning commission, resigning his position. And very thankful for the knowledge and education Mr. Kelly has given the board and the township in his years with us. And we wish him the best of luck with his new endeavor. So I move to officially accept Ed Kelly's resignation as of today, August 12th.
And I will second and thank him for his service.
Great. Trika?
Yes.
And I'm also a yes. And then with that said, we do have a opening position on the zoning commission. And after some conversations with our zoning chair and our trustees, I would like to nominate Ed Witt, our zoning commission alternate, to be brought forward and upgraded to full-time on the zoning commission.
Do you know when Ed's term ended?
I don't know off the top of my head, no.
Okay. So he will run through the unexpired term.
That's correct.
Okay, and I will go ahead and second that motion.
Okay.
And I will vote yes.
And I will vote yes. Since we have our zoning commissioner chair here, do you know of when that runs through, Thomas?
We'll see if I have the document.
Yeah,
Okay.
he did shake his head, but he started looking at his
Okay.
phone, so. Patty, are you aware, or Ron?
Gonna see if I can get a hold of Ed.
Okay,
Okay.
if not, it's in the office, I
Okay.
know.
Okay. New business that was handled, miscellaneous correspondence, anything that fits that?
No.
I have nothing. Announcement of upcoming meetings. We have our next trustee meeting, August 26th. Zoning Commission will meet September 4th, and the BZA will meet September 3rd. You have it, Mr.?
2026.
2026, okay.
Yeah, Ed, we got the question answered. We were wondering how long when your term of service runs out.
Nothing's been submitted for the BZA.
Nothing,
We got-
nothing as of yet? Okay.
All they got from me was a copy of the conditional.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's revise.
Right.
The BZA meeting on September 3rd will most likely not happen. It's not, it's actually past the 30-day window anyway, so it will not happen. Okay.
Yeah, and we do have now an open position on the BCA.
Right, they just do.
We actually have 3.
Yeah.
Since you're an alternate, you only run till the end of the year.
So, yeah, then with an opening position on the BZA,
Sure.
we'll,
Two full and one alternate.
Yeah.
okay.
So there's 3 positions available on the BCA,
Correct.
and now 1 on the zoning commission.
And then 1 on zoning commission.
So if anyone's interested, please send in your application and resume.
We'll put something up on the website as well. And Chief, if you could help us with some of the signage out front, that would be great.
2026.
Okay, moving along.
2026.
Do we have public input? I know we have at least 1. We have 3.
Yeah.
Thomas DeCastro, 358 Topaz Lane. First comment is I want to thank Mr. Kelly, Ed Kelly on the Zoning Commission for his many years, if not decades of service. His expertise in stormwater management was definitely nice. I know we have definitely excellent engineers at the county, but having someone here on staff for us was actually nice to have. when new subdivisions came in, he was having lots of conversations about sewer and water. So his education, his training was very insightful and knowledgeable. My second comment is I definitely would challenge your IT service provider. So the way that it's working is Microsoft is ending their support for Windows 10 this October. That just means they're not giving any more software updates to it. So it's very vulnerable at that point then to zero-day hacks. They give Windows 11 out for free. If your computer is compatible, it will automatically update to Windows 11 for free. You just have to push a couple buttons.
Interesting.
So I would definitely question them on that. And then also as a public entity, when it comes to procurement, you do have the right to look at Ohio contracts and procure through the state to make sure you're getting the best price and not necessarily from Lighthouse. So I would definitely challenge them on a lot of things because Windows 11 is a free upgrade to any computer that is compatible with it with 2 button clicks.
Okay.
Obviously, you have to make sure if the fire and the police department have specific software that it can operate. But at this point, Windows 11's been out for 3 years. Most software companies are prepared for it. But yeah, I don't know why they would charge you $75 to upgrade a computer that's free.
Yeah.
So just a comment.
Good to know.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks, Thomas.
Right, but since you're moving into Ed's Kelly's space, you will be until the 26th.
Dave Goodyear, 691 Pearl Road, Brunswick Hills.
Okay.
First of all, I just added something with that
Yep.
county transit system. That's really a good outfit. Maybe that gentleman didn't know it, but they're already servicing the township in part. I have a renter who calls them often, and they pull in the drive and pick him up and bring him back. So it's something for our people to really look into if they need a ride. Okay, now to the business I came for tonight. And I'm going to read this paper because it's for everybody, and I don't want to leave without saying what I'm supposed to. This was not written by me, but I'm behind it. This is an invitation. An invitation for a ribbon cutting of the new school and the 25th anniversary of Heritage Farm. The Brunswick Area Historical Society, which started back in '90, which, as I said, it's called, and it is for the Brunswick area, which includes, of course, Brunswick, Brunswick Hills, and the school district, which also includes part of Hinckley. So you're all invited on this day. Join us to mark a major milestone in our community's history. We're celebrating 25 years of preserving Brunswick's heritage, and you are all an essential, part of the story. Help us cut the ribbon on the newly opened schoolhouse and enjoy a day of discovery with friends, neighbors, and history enthusiasts. It'll be Saturday, September 13 at 11 a.m. The museum will be open until 2 p.m. And when I say the museum, remember that includes the schoolhouse, the farmhouse, the barn, and all the sheds. Welcoming and ribbon cutting ceremony at 11 a.m., followed by building tours, light refreshments, and local treats will be served. I don't know what the local treat might be. Maybe it'll be me shaking your hand or something, I don't know. But I'm here to read this, not to I shouldn't make comments. We look forward to celebrating this special day with all of you. And this goes for Bob and Tony. It goes for everybody out there that's listening to me or reading the later minutes or whatever else, however else we get the info out. Your support over the past quarter century has kept Brunswick's stories alive. Thank you for being part of our journey. You have any questions? Call the Historical Society at 330-441-0292 or yell for me. She doesn't have that on her. I just added that. We hope to see you there. And that was a nice invitation. And I hope to see all of you there. Everybody understands that. I hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you.
And see, I told you.
Very nice.
You would not have to frown at me or shake when I stood up or wish the time was over faster.
Trustee Nixon?
Thank you, Mr. Goodyear. Yes, sir.
Mr. Goodyear forgot to mention one other important event. It's actually occurring tomorrow. It's Charlie the Camel's birthday. He turned 17. And at 10 a.m. is a birthday party at Spring Mist Farm. So stop in and wish Charlie a happy birthday.
After all that, Mr. Goodyear, you couldn't say that?
I didn't think that it would be proper.
Oh, come on.
Thank you, Chief.
Billy Hudson. Cliff Thurston I probably knew for over 20 years. He butts up to township property. From Pilgrim Valley to back his house is township property. And he's always been a real good guy. I've known him for a long time, and he's been good for the board. I just want to say that we will miss him.
Yes, we will. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else? Okay. We will now go off camera to sign whatever needs to be signed here. We have a couple things, and then we will have a brief executive session in which we'll invite Chief Anthony Strazzo back with us. So with that, at 7:57, I move we go off camera.
I will second.
Tricka?
Yes.
Ryan, yes. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Good night, everybody.